welcome back. Now, what I'm going to do today is the second themed episode, so I'll go straight in, example clue. Damp duck in thin fog. 5 letters, damp duck in thin fog. Now, we'll keep this quite brief, but the in, remember last time we were talking about functions? You're thinking that the in probably indicates that duck is somehow going into thin or into thin fog. And that's exactly what's actually happening. Thin fog is a mist, and if you're looking for a word, now you know your definition has to be at the other end. If you're looking for a word that's damp, something like mist, you're going to get to moist pretty quickly. And the duck, which is in the thin fog, the duck is in the mist, the duck is the O, and the duck is the O because of cricket. Scoring no runs in cricket is called a duck, so a 0 is a duck, and a 0 and an O are much the same shape, therefore they are acceptably completely interchangeable. It's the same with the number 1 and the letter I. So if anything ever indicates a single or indicates 0, like a freezing point, for example, 0C could be OC in an answer. So don't worry about it being a number, because if it's an O or a 0 or a 1, it could easily be an O or an I, or a lowercase l, but that's something else. So that is a really common piece of cricket terminology. Now, there's quite a lot of cricket in crosswords, or at least a few things that are used very, very frequently, because you think about the time these were being made, everyone knew their cricket, their Latin, their opera, so they were considered completely general knowledge, and cricket used to be scored, I don't know if they still do it, but scored in grids. So each ball bowled would be recorded with a single letter. The events that transpired would be recorded with a single letter. So if somebody was caught, would be a C. Run, single, would be an R. Wicket was a W, and these, wicket is actually less common, but runs being an R, run or runs being an R or a double R, and caught being a C are really common. It will solve a lot of confusion if you just remember that a duck can be an O, caught can be C, runs can be R, wicket can be W. That's the sort of core cricket stuff. You'll find that the word ground sometimes as well would be as a definition, and the answer would be a cricket ground. Lords, the Oval, the Wacker, stuff like that. Really famous ones. But to be honest, if you know what your definition is and you suspect it might be a ground, a place where sport is played, you can just go and ask someone, Google it, whatever, because you'll be able to use the wordplay to get to the definition, so you don't need to know that much of the terminology. There's lots of really daft names for fielding positions in cricket as well. So if you see position or player or fielder, if it's a definition, just look it up. Go and find out, because there's lots of really silly things, silly mid-off, silly mid-on, short leg, stuff like that. So it's best just to go and look those up, make sure you know it's a definition. The only one you'll occasionally see as a substitution for fielder, position, man, player, something like that, would be slip, because slip obviously appears in quite a lot of words. The same thing does happen in one other sport that I can think of as a part of a substitution, which is that player position idea could be prop from rugby, the two guys at the front who hold up the guy in the middle at scrums. So prop occurs in a lot of words. So yeah, I'll put this all on a tip sheet on the website, but player position, something like that, could be prop, or it could be one of the silly cricket ones, but slip and prop are your two most likely guesses. Then you come on to something quite interesting, which is this lovely word, side. Now, obviously, side could just be an L or an R, because of left and right. Perfectly valid substitution. It could also be the name of a team. Less likely to be cricket, because they're just counties. Certain football clubs tend to crop up more than others. Tottenham Hotspur, because I think the name Hotspur, Harry Hotspur, Shakespearean reference. Brighton and Hove Albion. Albion's a nice old word for England. So setters love to play with certain team names. Real Madrid, Liverpool. They've got real words within them that you can start to sort of mess about with. Certain ones just seem to crop up more than others. Maybe the guys are fans. Side, team, and men can all do that. Side also in cricket could be the words leg and off, because a batsman faces sideways, so the side that his bat faces is the off side and the side that his legs face is the leg side. So cricket has a little special version of that. But the place where side and team are interchangeable, and men to a certain extent, although there's some military stuff there as well, they can all do this. They can all turn into just the letters X and I, because in cricket and in football, a side or team has 11 players. So X and I, perfectly valid substitution. So that's one to watch out for. You'll be sitting there thinking this could be the name of a club, it could be left and right, it could be side as in edge or face, it could be something like that. It could also be XI, because it's 11 players in a side. That's probably where you're going to start to work from your definition back towards your justification, which is sort of cheating, but it's the way I do it quite a lot. So that's a good one to look out for. There's a tiny bit of, you'll see the golf terminology as answers quite a lot. Birdie for being 1 under par, eagle for being 2 under par, albatross for being 3 under par, and par itself as a piece of terminology. So level or even will be par, but that's a word outside of golf as well, so it's fine. And generally that's most of your sport. If the only thing you remember is run or runs, R or double R, caught equals C, and that a duck can be an O for no apparent reason, that's the most important stuff. These three crop up an awful lot and can help you out no end if you always just bear in mind this could be a silly cricket reference. So I'll do a tip sheet up for all the sports stuff because I went through that pretty quickly, but generally, yeah, keep an eye out for the ducks. Happy solving.